Imagine going 4 years without losing a single match. Imagine humiliating England right inside Wembley Stadium. Imagine scoring goals so easily that the rest of the football world simply stopped believing anyone could beat you. By 1954, Hungary weren't just the best team in the world. Many people believed they were the greatest team football had ever seen. They had the world's best striker, the world's most dangerous attack, a revolutionary style of play, and they had already crushed the very team they would later face in the World Cup final by 5 goals. Everyone thought the trophy already belonged to Hungary. Everyone except West Germany. This is the story of the Miracle of Bern, the day football proved that the best team doesn't always win. The team that changed football. Before we talk about Germany, we have to understand just how incredible Hungary really were. Nicknamed the Magical Magyars, this wasn't an ordinary football team. They played football in a completely different way. At a time when most teams stayed in their positions, Hungary ignored the rules. Forwards dropped into midfield. Midfielders attacked. Defenders stepped forward with confidence. Nobody knew who to mark. Opponents spent 90 minutes chasing shadows. It wasn't chaos. It was genius. And leading this revolution was one man, Ferenc Puskás. Even if you've never watched him play, you've probably heard his name. Today, FIFA's award for the best goal of the year is named after him. That alone tells you everything. Puskás wasn't just a goal scorer. He was a leader, a creator, a player capable of changing a match with one touch of the ball. Alongside him stood another incredible striker, Sándor Kocsis, nicknamed the Golden Head because almost nobody in football headed the ball better than he did. Together, they terrified defenses across Europe. But perhaps the most impressive thing about Hungary wasn't their talent. It was their consistency. By the time the 1954 World Cup arrived, Hungary hadn't lost an international match in 4 years, 32 games, without defeat. Just think about that. Modern football teams celebrate winning 10 matches in a row. Hungary tripled that. They weren't just winning, they were dominating, and nobody suffered more than England. The day football changed. For almost 90 years, England had never lost at home to a team from outside the British Isles. Never. The country that invented modern football believed nobody could beat them at Wembley. Then Hungary arrived. Most fans expected another comfortable English victory. Instead, they witnessed something they'd never seen before. Hungary played faster, passed quicker, moved smarter. England couldn't keep up. The final score, 6-3, but somehow that scoreline still flattered England. Months later, the two teams met again, this time in Budapest. England wanted revenge. Instead, they suffered one of the heaviest defeats in their history, 7-1. It wasn't just another loss. It completely changed how football was played. Coaches around the world studied Hungary, their tactics, their movement, their creativity. They were years ahead of everyone else, which is exactly why nobody believed they could lose the World Cup. The road to Switzerland when the tournament began. Hungary immediately reminded everyone why they were favorites. Their first opponents, South Korea. The result? 9 goals. 9. One of the biggest victories in World Cup history. Next came West Germany. Surely Germany would provide a tougher challenge. They didn't. Hungary completely dismantled them, 8-3. The match looked over long before the final whistle. Puskás scored. Kocsis scored. Every Hungarian attack looked dangerous. Germany looked helpless. Journalists called Hungary unstoppable. Some newspapers even claimed this was the greatest football team ever assembled. Germany quietly accepted the defeat. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. Because behind the scenes, their manager had a very different plan. The man with a plan. West Germany's manager, Sepp Herberger, wasn't interested in winning one match. He wanted something bigger. He knew Hungary were stronger. So instead of risking his best players, he rested several key starters. Critics called him crazy. Fans questioned his decisions. Some even accused Germany of giving up. Herberger ignored them because he believed one thing. If Germany could survive the tournament, they might get another chance. And if that chance came, they wouldn't make the same mistakes twice. Most people laughed at the idea. After all, how do you beat a team that just defeated you 8-3? The answer was patience. An unexpected rematch. While Hungary continued destroying everyone in their path, Germany quietly fought their way through the knockout rounds. One difficult victory became another. Confidence slowly returned. Nobody paid much attention. All eyes remained on Hungary. They beat Brazil. Then they defeated the defending champions Uruguay in a dramatic semi-final. 33 matches unbeaten. The final awaited, and standing on the opposite side was West Germany. Again, the football world couldn't believe it. The same team Hungary had embarrassed just days earlier had somehow reached the final. Experts predicted another easy Hungarian victory. Some expected another 5-goal win. Others wondered if Hungary would score even more. Germany weren't expected to compete. They were expected to survive. But football has never cared about predictions. And sometimes, history gives you a second chance. Germany intended to make sure they didn't waste theirs. The final took place on July 4th, 1954. Rain poured over the Wankdorf Stadium in Bern, Switzerland. The slippery conditions would later earn the match another nickname, the Rain Final. Around 60,000 fans packed into the stadium. Most had come, expecting to witness history, not because Germany had reached the final, but because they believed Hungary were about to complete one of the greatest World Cup campaigns ever. The players walked onto the pitch. Ferenc Puskás had recovered from injury just in time. His presence alone gave Hungary another boost. Germany knew exactly what they were facing. Not just 11 players, but a team that hadn't lost in 4 years. A team that had already beaten them 8-3. A team the entire football world believed was unbeatable. The referee blew his whistle, and almost immediately, it looked like everyone had been right. Only 6 minutes had passed when Puskás found the ball inside the penalty area. One touch, one finish, goal. Hungary led 1-0. The German players looked stunned. The Hungarian supporters erupted, exactly as everyone expected. Then, just 2 minutes later, it got even worse. Hungary attacked again. This time it was Zoltán Csibor. Another mistake, another goal. Just 8 minutes into the World Cup final, Germany were losing 2-0. For most teams, that would have been the end, especially against Hungary. Most people watching expected the score to get even bigger. Another humiliation, another lesson, another Hungarian masterpiece. But Germany refused to panic. They knew they couldn't match Hungary's skill, so they relied on something else: belief. Only 2 minutes after Hungary's second goal, Germany struck back. Max Morlock pounced on a loose ball. Goal, 2-1. It wasn't enough to silence the Hungarian fans, but it reminded everyone Germany were still alive. Suddenly, the match changed. Hungary had expected Germany to collapse. Instead, Germany kept coming. The rain became heavier. The pitch became slower. Hungary's quick passing game became more difficult. Germany embraced the conditions. Every tackle became harder. Every sprint became exhausting. Every loose ball became a battle. Then, in the 18th minute, Germany won a corner. The ball was delivered perfectly. Helmut Rahn reacted first. Goal, 2-2. Just 18 minutes into the final, Germany had erased a 2-goal deficit. Nobody could believe what they were watching. For the first time in years, Hungary looked vulnerable. The rest of the first half became a war. Hungary attacked relentlessly. Puskás tested the goalkeeper. Kocsis came close. Germany defended with everything they had. Every clearance felt like a victory. Every save gave them hope. When halftime arrived, the score remained 2-2. 45 minutes separated one team from football immortality. The second half was completely different. Hungary dominated possession. Wave after wave of attacks crashed toward the German goal. The German defense bent, but somehow never broke. Goalkeeper Toni Turek produced save after save, each one more important than the last. Commentators later described his performance as heroic. As the minutes ticked away, something unexpected happened. Hungary started looking frustrated. For the first time in years, things weren't going according to plan. Germany sensed it. with just 6 minutes remaining, Germany launched one final attack. The ball found helmet Ron. He cut inside, created half a yard of space, then struck the ball low toward the corner. It rolled past the goalkeeper. Into the net.
Germany 3, Hungary 2. Silence. The Hungarian fans couldn't believe it. The German players could barely believe it either. After trailing 2-0, Germany had somehow taken the lead. But there was still time. Hungary threw everyone forward. Attack after attack, cross after cross. Every German clearance was met by another Hungarian wave. Then, only moments before the final whistle, Puskás found the net. Hungary celebrated wildly. They believed they had equalized. But then, the assistant referee raised his flag. Offside. The goal didn't count. To this day,
some fans still argue about that decision. Was it really offside? Or did Hungary have a perfectly good goal taken away? The debate has lasted for decades, but the decision stood. Germany survived. Seconds later, the referee blew the final whistle. It was over. West Germany were world champions. The impossible had happened. The team that lost 8-3 had defeated the greatest team in the world when it mattered most. The result became known as the Miracle of Bern. It wasn't just a football victory. For West Germany, it became something much bigger. The country was still rebuilding after World War II. Many people saw the victory as a symbol of hope, a reminder that Germany could once again stand proudly on the world stage. For Hungary, the defeat became one of football's greatest heartbreaks. They remained one of the greatest teams ever assembled, but they never won the World Cup. Today, people still debate who the greatest international team of all time is. Brazil of 1970, Spain of 2010, Argentina of 2022. But one name always appears in that conversation: the Magical Magyars, the greatest team that never became world champions. Football taught the world another lesson that day. Talent doesn't guarantee victory. Statistics don't win trophies. And history is never written before kickoff. But if you think the World Cup had already found its greatest superstar, think again. 4 years later, a skinny 17-year-old from Brazil would arrive in Sweden. Almost nobody outside South America knew his name. By the end of the tournament, the entire world would. His name. And he was about to change football forever.